Salma Lozano.
And I'm Justin Martinez.
After a 7-month deployment in Iraq, a local veteran brings tears of joy to his children when he surprises them at school.
And a World War II veteran gets a very warm welcome at a local high school.
Those stories and more are coming up
on this exciting edition of United ITV News.
After a 7-month deployment in Iraq, a local veteran brings tears of joy to his children when he surprises them at school. Veterans were recently honored at Trotman Middle School.
But one family received a very special surprise.
Veterans, students, and faculty were assembled in the school's gym when Sergeant Juan Ramos, a soldier from the Texas Army National Guard, surprised his family after spending 7 months deployed in Kuwait and Iraq. His arrival brought tears of joy to his children and smiles and applause from everyone in attendance. Sergeant Ramos expressed his own gratitude for all the veterans who served before him.
If it wasn't for the older vets that have already been in and that are already out, it wouldn't be possible for me to be standing here and be able to take over on what you guys did. So I appreciate what you guys done for our country as well. That's what Veterans Day is all about, to be able to thank you. And even if it's for a little bit, we know it's not a lot for us vets out there, but what we do have, we cherish. So I'm glad to be home, and thank you guys very much. Like I said, without you guys, I wouldn't be here standing here today, be able to do what I'm doing.
Alexander High School honored America's veterans by holding their own ceremony. Veterans, students, teachers, and administrators gathered for this important celebration of our brave men and women in uniform.
Today we are gathered to recognize the veterans' sacrifices, their hard work. They risked their lives for us. And we decided that it'd be nice to celebrate them today on Veterans Day.
The school's Army Junior ROTC performed drills, and guest speakers expressed their own gratitude for being recognized by the school.
Faculty and staff at Alexander High School's 9th grade campus entertained a very special guest. Mr. John Vowles, formerly a teacher at United High School, served in the U.S. Army during World War II and fought in Europe, where he was one of the first American soldiers to liberate a German concentration camp. Students were happy to meet him and listen to his stories.
United High School held a program honoring veterans in the school's cafetorium. Students, faculty, and veterans from the community were on hand for the event. The keynote speaker was former Marine Corps Captain Chris Dos Santos.
Regardless of when you were born, you grew up under the protection of the men and women who took up arms, stood at their posts, and vowed to protect America and our freedoms at all costs. A cost which comes at a great price. The veterans before you here today all gave up a part of themselves to serve our country. Many gave up their bodies, which are now weathered, broken, and worn after years of hard service. Many had relationships and marriages that were tested by long distance and even longer deployments. And although these are all great sacrifices, we veterans are also very aware that for reasons that no one can explain, we came home, even though so many that we know did not. This is something that we must never forget.
The school's Air Force Junior ROTC rifle drill team also performed. The school awarded the veterans in attendance certificates of recognition for their services and sacrifices.
Washington Middle School hosted a veterans breakfast in the school's library, followed by a recognition ceremony in the gym. The veterans were treated to a performance by the school band. Washington Middle School Principal Beth Porter told us what she hopes the students will learn from recognizing and honoring veterans.
We would like to bestow upon them this sense of appreciation for service, for service of your community, service of your country. And if it's in you to provide that service, we realize we want them to understand the sacrifice that you do make personally and your family, but also the benefits of that service, protecting our rights and freedoms that we enjoy in this country every single day.
Students at Nye Elementary held a musical tribute to our nation's veterans. Students performed patriotic music for an audience of veterans, as Counselor Adriana Rodriguez explained.
Today here at Nye Elementary, we honored and celebrated our veterans and their service. All dual language classes participated, and they did a song or poem to our veterans, and our veterans really seemed to enjoy it.
LBJ High School students and faculty showed their appreciation to veterans with breakfast in the school's library. After enjoying the school's hospitality, they walked through the halls and headed to the gym, where the LBJ Navy Junior ROTC performed military drills. This celebration is held every year, as early college government teacher Adriana Cárdenas explained.
We've been trying to have them every year because I think, as a daughter of a World War II Purple Heart veteran, as a Vietnam War veteran, I feel it's important to continue honoring our soldiers for all the sacrifices that they have made over the last century. And I think it's important to make sure that our community members are aware that we do honor them here on campus and at United ISD.
Students at Matias de Año Elementary held poetry and music performances for the veterans at their school.
We had them come in and we had a performance for them from different groups from our campus. So we wanted to celebrate their bravery and their courage and all that they gave for our country.
Veterans retreated to breakfast at Fasken Elementary School. The veterans gathered in the school's library where they were greeted by faculty.
Today we want to honor our veterans. We are providing breakfast for them to enjoy with some coffee and taquitos and sweet bread. We want to be able to thank them for everything that they have done for us. It's never going to be enough. What we can do for them is never going to be enough. But this is a small way of the students and the staff at Fasken to thank them for their sacrifice.
Los Ovisos Middle School held an assembly in the school's cafetorium honoring veterans. The school band accompanied two students as they sang America the Beautiful. Retired Marine Corps First Sergeant Barry Earl Bernier served as a guest speaker.
For us as veterans, we certainly appreciate, and I find in this community it's very rewarding, and it feels almost like a personal embarrassment to have that much recognition coming from a community of this size. And a lot of the veterans that I am sharing this with this morning, we have all been and served in the armed forces when Laredo was about half the size it is now, if you can imagine that. And the sacrifices that not only these individual veterans and other veterans in our community have sacrificed over the years is certainly a reflection of the patriotism that this community has for not only us as individual veterans, but for the country itself.
Students performed songs for veterans at Colonel Santos Benavides Elementary. The school school awarded certificates of appreciation to veterans who attended the event.
Clark Middle School's Veterans Celebration featured performances by the school's mariachi group. Students recited poems in honor of their service.
On Veterans Day, we honor all who answered to a service call. Soldiers young and soldiers old fought for freedom, brave and bold. Some have lived while others died, and all of them deserve our pride. We're proud of all the soldiers who kept thinking of red, white, and blue. They fought for us and all our rights. They fought through many days and nights. And though we may not know each name, we thank all veterans just the same.
Clark Middle School Principal Melissa Ramirez told us more about the event.
We reached out to our student body and we asked our students to go ahead and invite any family members, relatives to this event so that they can know that we want to reach out to them and honor them. So reach out to the community as well. And we also want to let them know that we appreciate all their sacrifices that they have done. Teach the students that it is important always to honor and respect our veterans for the sacrifices that they have done for them to have their freedom today.
In other news, UISD held a Golf for Scholars tournament at the Max Golf Course. The event, which is sponsored by Powell Watson Motors, is held every year to raise scholarship funds for UISD students, as Superintendent Roberto J. Santos explained.
Well, we made $70,000, so that's for 70 additional students that got a $1,000 scholarship. So it's very good. It's a good fundraiser. People have fun. I know Powell Watson is one of our major sponsors, so we want to thank Powell Watson. And I think all the employees of United that really worked to get this program going. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's cold today, so I'm not a golfer, so maybe they'll enjoy being out on the court.
The United ISD Instructional Television Department will have some more trophies to add to their extensive collection. The ITV department recently won 6 Marcom Video Awards in the education category for their various video productions. Marcom is an international video competition that recognizes outstanding creative achievement by marketing and communications professionals. This year, United ISD's winning video awards include a Platinum Award for the Sexting Think Before You Post public service announcement, a Platinum Award for the United South High School football promo. The department won 2 Gold Awards for the Alexander High School football promo and the School Safety PSA. They also received 2 Honorable Mention Awards for the Kia Soul Never Be Absent PSA and for the UISD Magnificent 7 Board Appreciation Video. The Instructional Television Department was also recently nominated for a Lone Star Emmy Award. The Lone Star chapter is part of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. The Emmy-nominated video featured the UISD Fine Arts Department.
Coming up on United ITV News, students at 2 elementary schools established their own mini metropolis on campus. We'll explain.
And 48 very special guests visit a UISD school to educate students about a variety of career choices.
Don't change that channel.
You're watching United ITV News.
All United ISD and Laredo ISD bilingual students in kinder through 12th grade will soon be taking the TELPAS test. TELPAS is a state-mandated test that measures English language proficiency in the areas of reading, writing, speaking, and listening. The writing collections begins February 12th, and the online testing starts February 26th. TELPAS testing ends April 6th. All testing takes place at the student's campus. For more information, contact your child's school. Once you post your image online, you can't take it back. Anyone can see it. Remember, think before you post.
United ISD and local law enforcement are committed to keeping our community safe from distracted driving.
It's not worth it. Don't text and drive. It can wait.
watching UISD ITV, the best source for education information.
Fourth graders at Nye Elementary are collaborating with smart developers in Seattle and Canada and learning to write computer code.
By using a game called Code Combat, the students are learning about writing code and programming.
Smart Technologies has partnered with the Curriculum Instructional Technology Department to create like a really awesome and exciting program. It's an Hour of Code program where our students, in this case fourth graders from Nye Elementary, are collaborating with smart developers in Seattle as well as in Canada, and they are guiding them through a program, a game, if you will. Right now, the kids are actually working on the program, and in a few minutes, the smart developers will be able to channel their process from their point of view on how they are actually working through the development. I believe the game is called codecombat.com, and we have over 50 students working on the game right now. There are, I believe, 5 different levels that the kids can work through, and the kids are actually coding as they're advancing through the program.
Instructional Technology Program Coordinator Christine Romanelli explained why learning to write code is important for today's children.
What this does is it builds logic, so it goes and processes. So this helps in your sciences, in your maths, English even, because you have to go ahead and you have to actually know the thought process behind it, and you have to actually go ahead and code it correctly. So it involves all sorts of every facet of the education, every facet.
Nye Elementary faculty and staff hosted a walk in support of students who are living with type 1 diabetes. The Juvenile Diabetes Research Fund, or JDRF, currently leads the nation in research for type 1 diabetes. The JDRF One Walk is a fun family event that gives people with type 1 diabetes and their friends and families the opportunity to raise funds for research.
This morning we celebrated our JDRF awareness. It's called the JDRF Kids Walk. It's to bring awareness to the community about what it is, what JDRF does. It's a national organization that funds for research for a cure for type 1 diabetes. And we wanted to make the kids aware and celebrate the differences that 3 of our own students have here at Nye Elementary.
Nye Elementary students made posters to show their support of the event. The students even had a cheer for everyone to hear. Type 1 diabetes cannot be prevented, and there is currently no cure. Through events such as the walk, research is able to continue. The event was coordinated by Rebecca Cortinas and Blanca Alvarado from Nye Elementary.
A presentation for Down syndrome awareness was held at Gutierrez Elementary School. Laredo Mayor Pete Sines and Webb County Judge Tano Tijerina read a joint proclamation marking Down Syndrome Awareness Month. Students performed songs and dances.
The City of Laredo recognized November as Bilingual Education Awareness Month. Mayor Pete Sines read a proclamation making it official. The Clark Middle School Mariachi Group was on hand to help celebrate. UISD Bilingual Education Programs Director Carmen Amparo Pompa expressed her department's gratitude.
We do appreciate his efforts and for him to join our forces, because we have it proclaimed citywide, and that means a lot to my department. We are a department of 14 members, and we service 16,000 plus English language learners in our district. So, viva Laredo, viva United, y viva la educación bilingüe.
Colonel Santos Benavides Elementary School held a dual language showcase celebrating our community's rich Hispanic American culture. Students in all grade levels did projects about piñatas. Kindergartners proudly displayed piñatas they had created themselves. Another group of students sang a song about piñatas. Assistant Principal Dr. Adriana Vela spoke about the benefits of the school's dual language program.
Dual language greatly benefits the kids. Not only is it good for students who are Spanish dominant, and it's a perfect way to acquire the English language through having that experience to effective experience of being able to still, converse in their native language and then learning the English slowly. But it's also good for our English dominant students to acquire the Spanish language.
Students at Kazan Elementary established their own mini metropolis known as Kazanopolis. The school is taking part in the program sponsored by IBC Bank, in which students make their own city within their school and take on real-world roles where they can apply their knowledge and learn leadership skills.
So we're excited to be here at Kazan Elementary for the 7th year to execute what is called Minitropolis. Here at Kazan Elementary, we name it Kazanopolis. It's a mini society that we create inside the school to give children and students, obviously, the opportunity to do simulations of real-life scenarios. This program was created by IBC Bank many years ago with the purpose of teaching students leadership skills and other skills that are going to help them in their future careers. We're so excited to be back at Kazan Elementary and want to congratulate Ms. Arambula, the teachers, the parents, and the students for the great work that they do, and congratulate them as well for being ranked top 5 elementary school in the city of Laredo.
Kazan Elementary Principal Maria Arambula Ruiz explained more about the project.
Today, we're welcoming our community partners, IBC, Bank, HEB, and Border Patrol, as they are partners with us here at Kazanopolis, mini metropolis full of exemplary citizens. This morning, we are showcasing our students for the 7th year in a row and showing the different roles they play here at school and how we connect to the community. We are teaching them here at school everyday life skills that they can apply out when they go out into the real world. So we're welcoming everybody here today, and it's a very fun day here at school.
Students at Arndt Elementary School also formed their own city as part of IBC's Mini Metropolis program. The students assumed real-world positions in their city of Arndtville, such as government, law enforcement, and business executives. Laredo City Councilman and Mayor Pro Tem Alejandro Perez Jr. read an official proclamation recognizing December 20th, 2017 as Arndtville Day in Laredo. 4th grade teacher Claudia Palacios explained more about Arndtville and the program's impact on student success.
The citizens of Arndtville are experiencing what it takes to be active members of their community. You see, in the city of Arndtville, students have jobs that earn them money. They know the importance of saving money. They understand why it is necessary to pay their taxes. They feel the agony of having to purchase items with their own money and not their parents. As we prepared for this year's grand opening, it was brought to our attention by Ms. Trevino that after 10 years, we now have students who have graduated and are living and working in the real world who were citizens of Arndtville when it first began. This program has done what we had hoped it would, impact student learning in and out of school.
Clark Middle School had their career day with more than 48 special guests visiting the school from the community. The special guests gathered in the school's library for breakfast. The school had many guests representing different professions in our community. Principal Melissa Ramirez wants the students at Clark Middle School to have the opportunity to be exposed to different types of professions.
We would really like to have our students experience different people in different professions in the community, be able to explain their roles and responsibilities with their profession, and allow the students to ask questions to see if they may be interested in that particular profession. It's also a good time for students to put names with faces and start to network with people in the community, and we're very grateful for all the people that came out this morning.
Luis Butler from AEP showed the students how electricity gets to people's homes. He explained to the students the different equipment and the different paths necessary to get electricity to work and be accessible to everyone. Carlos and Eric Maldonado, both welding instructors from Laredo Community College, shared their experiences. Dr. Alfredo Ramirez from TAMU was also one of the guests. He explained how important it is to make time for your studies. He also gave the students information about how to develop good study habits for college. Clark Middle School staff was grateful to all the guests for their support.
John B. Alexander High School senior Lisbeth Itzel Ramos was awarded the Leader in Wisdom Enforcement Award. The award was given by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Explorer Post 2304. Students are selected based on their achievements in school.
The Explorer Post 2304 program, allows kids the ages 14 to 21 the opportunity to get experience and exposure to careers within law enforcement.
Students and friends gathered in the school's library to join Lisbeth in her recognition. Her parents were also there to congratulate her. Lisbeth is planning on becoming a drug enforcement special agent. She told us how this program has helped her.
This club teaches you from felony traffic stops, pat down and frisk, arresting, fingerprinting. So it takes you through the whole process from the beginning to the end.
The program is a partnership between the Boy Scouts of America, Falcon Bank, and U.S. Customs and Border Protection. The Leader in Wisdom Enforcement Award is awarded monthly to deserving high school students.
A United High School senior is on his way to a bright future. Omar Cervantes, a member of the Longhorn baseball team, signed a scholarship with Grayson County College in Denison, Texas. His teachers, coaches, parents, friends, and principal, Alberto Aleman, held a ceremony in the school's library to celebrate his accomplishment. Everyone here at ITV wishes him the best.
Safarini Elementary's dual language program held a Christmas show in December. Here's a highlight. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
And be sure to watch all the latest UISD videos on our YouTube channel.
You've been watching United ITV Student News.
We hope you enjoyed our show.
I'm Salma Lozano.
And I'm Justin Martinez.
Thank you for watching.